I have no idea what's going on, but I think this is basically a confrontation with the police who are telling them they have to disperse. They're in the street now, so you can expect probably rubber bullets, pepper spray, tear gas, the whole thing coming soon, folks. This is how it works in Seattle and other places around the country, apparently. So sadly, instead of sending out negotiators and public relations folks to talk to the protesters about their problems with the police department, instead they show up with robo-cops, black-clad robo-cops who have very heavy-handed tactics and sort of create fear, apprehension, and anger and intimidation of the people. And so these confrontations, it's sad that it's happening all around the country. And this was after Jenny Durkin, our mayor, came out and said that she was outraged by the police killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis. But here we go, the police are using crowd control devices, tear gas, pepper spray, etc. on protesters in Seattle, which is not unusual for the city. The police are known for their use of that. They're also been under a Department of Justice review for excessive use of force and racial profiling. Out of that, they had a consent decree from a court that has given oversight of the police department here in Seattle by with the DOJ overseeing them for a while now, and they want to lift that oversight. So we'll see what happens. This is Mark Taylor-Canfield on 5th Avenue, right underneath the monorail tracks in downtown Seattle on May 30th, 2020. There's a police officer with a pepper spray canister right there. I'm afraid they might be getting ready to use it on the crowd if we don't leave soon. There's a huge blockade down there too. That's what everybody's looking at. And I think that's where the concussion grenade sounds have been coming from. Either concussion grenades or firecrackers. But they won't let us get close, so but there are all these people that would love to go downtown and protest, but the streets are blocked, so we can't. And that officer right there is not looking very friendly. He probably doesn't like the fact that I'm photographing him, so I will back off slowly. Yeah, so they've been using a lot of pepper spray today. Like that guy is probably telling people to leave. Oh, there's a lot of cops here. I just about fell in. Right there. Oh my God, I just about walked right into those people. Oh. That's a state trooper too. Oh my gosh. This is Mark Taylor-Canfield and I'm downtown on 5th Avenue. We're actually standing below the monorail tracks here, and those are state police over there, and I actually won a class action federal civil rights lawsuit against the Washington State Patrol, these same police, when I was arrested at a demonstration at the state capitol in Olympia. I was actually inside the Capitol building rotunda when there was a sit-in outside of the governor's office over budget cuts. And I was arrested even though I identify myself as press. So luckily, federal judge Robert J. Bryan gave me a win on that one. It was a victory for civil rights and for freedom of the press, because he said it was a direct violation of freedom of the press for me as a journalist to be arrested and then barred, because the State Patrol was telling me that if I showed up on the state capitol grounds again, that I would be arrested, because I was covering the sit-in and they were arresting people, and the State Patrol told me to leave, and I said no, and then they arrested me. I told them I was a member of the press. I had a press badge. So we'll see what happens here today, folks. This is Mark Taylor-Canfield reporting from 4th Avenue, where there's a standoff with police in downtown Seattle. So that was really scary when I almost backed into those police, because they're not in the mood to fool around. They probably would have just taken me down or something. I didn't even see them. They just walked right up on me, though. The standoff. This is the police line, folks. They're standing off. At some point, they'll probably move forward and try to clear the crowd. I'm hoping that we're not here when that happens. But I probably will be.
George Floyd! George Floyd!
So here we are outside of the Bartels, underneath the monorail, and there's a standoff with the police. There are fire trucks standing by as well. And I just filmed some bicycle cops, and it looked pretty clear that, they had serious gas masks on with ventilators, and so I think they were interested in possibly using some tear gas or pepper spray at that point. Now I filmed them, and actually I'm being pointed at right now by the police after I filmed him. And after I filmed them with those canisters or whatever underneath his vest, then they left. I don't want to end up like Omar Jimenez and get thrown in jail today. Oh, here come the fire department. Oh, sorry. Or at least I'm making weird noises. So yeah, I moved away because I was filming the police officers that had I had on the bicycle, and the one guy, he definitely had his hands underneath his vest. And after I filmed him, he saw me filming him, then they backed off. But then I saw one of the officers on the line pointing at me to like a captain or something, and they were both looking at me. So they didn't like the fact that I was filming that, let's put it this way. And I don't know what's happening, but the fire department is all over this stuff downtown. They're running all over the place. I know there's a typical sort of tension between the fire department and a lot of police departments. I would assume that Seattle is no different, because back during the WTO demonstrations, when the World Trade Organization Ministerial Conference was here, there were confrontations between the police. The mayor actually told the department to turn fire hoses on the demonstrators, and his chief at the time, who was a black man who quoted, what had happened in Birmingham, Alabama during the Civil Rights Movement. He said, where dogs and fire hoses were turned on demonstrators. He said he wouldn't do it, that the fire department's job is to protect life, not to endanger it. And it's well known that, some firemen think of police as kind of cowboys and worry about their behavior sometimes. So who knows what it's like in Seattle now. But I do know that the demonstrators did give that fire chief at the time and the firefighters union a cake thanking them for not turning their hoses on the demonstrators. So they became heroes of the movement. And our friend Warcry, who ended up in U.S. News and World Report and all over the place, presented them that cake, and they were quite charmed by her and enjoyed the cake quite a lot. So anyway, there is a confrontation going on here, just north of Westlake Park, where the protest rally was supposed to be, but it got broken up very early, and I'm not quite sure on the details of that, because there were some speakers, and there was supposed to be a march to the Federal Building. When I went to the Federal Building just a few minutes ago, there was a DJ sitting up there with full-on sound system blasting really loud music, and nobody was there. There were no demonstrators there. So apparently the march either never made it to the federal courthouse, or it got there and they left and came back down here. This is Mark Taylor-Canfield reporting from downtown Seattle while there's a continuing confrontation in several locations between police and demonstrators. I'm just glad I'm not breathing the tear gas right now. That was nasty. Okay, thank you. Do you guys mind talking? I'm with alternative media, so I'm just kind of interviewing people on for my YouTube channel.
I don't think I should, sorry.
Okay.
Black Lives Matter, though. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Now the police cars are racing around here like crazy, making all sorts of noise and flashing their lights. And I don't know why, because these demonstrators are totally peaceful. This is a standoff. I haven't seen any bottles thrown. Oh no, now we have concussion grenades going off in the background. That was really loud. I see tear gas. So that's happening right behind us. Those are definitely tear gas canisters, and you can see the clouds in the background. So on that block, people got tear gas just now. So this might be next in this area, I don't know, but I can't get close enough to see what's actually going on down there. I don't know how I can, but I'll try to get over there. I think this might be a better view. While there's tear gas going on down here on 5th Avenue, behind us, there's also a big line of cops right here that are lining up on the street to move in from this side. So they might be trying to kind of outflank the protesters here, as you can tell. Oh, here they come. I'm getting out of here. He's moving them ahead. So we are going to be pushed back. Okay, here they come. Here come the stormtroopers, or whatever you want to call them. I gotta get out of here. So here they come. Trying to block off this intersection with the clubs. Anyway, I got to get some cover for my camera because it's getting really wet. So one of the challenges of being a reporter here is trying to keep your equipment dry. Man, it's hard because Seattle's a very wet place sometimes. But these people are standing off the standoff with police on 4th Avenue. So as far as I can tell, what happened is there was supposed to be a rally down at Westlake Park today with speakers. And I don't know what happened, how the police justified it, but there was the use of pepper spray and tear gas. And they moved people out of that area and have been trying to cordon off downtown since then, using concussion grenades and tear gas. And the demonstrators are not leaving, they're still down here. They don't want to go away. So they have a lot of downtown blockaded. God, somebody's cigarette is so bad. That's as bad as the tear gas. So here we have a march coming to reinforce the protesters. Towards the area that's been blocked off by police. So let's go up towards the front of the crowd. So this is actually the federal courthouse right here where these people are marching by. Across the street over there was supposed to be where the march went to in the rally, but I don't think that happened because of clashes with police. But now they're going there now.
Serious about real change and not allowing anyone to co-opt our unity and the beauty thereof. I love you guys, Seattle. If somebody is doing something outside of how I addressed this audience earlier, of how not this time and then Seattle really operates, we need to quell that. And like I said, we're not responsible for those that would act otherwise. They'll be dealt with the Seattle Police Department. We hope that none of those things happen, but that's just what it is. But it's your love and your commitment to move on that has strengthened me to continue to move with you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. No excuses from me. I'm going to show up if I have to drag this body. Let me give me a sip. Peter, my sister, are you here? Come on, sis. You got your list?
I believe that that's why you're here. It's because you care. I want to thank Nikita Oliver, Joaquin Garrett, all of the dope frontline organizers and activists who have been leading the way before we even came here. Before Shay even died, there were people who have been on the front lines in this community. What I want to say is that thank you for being here too. It should not have taken Breonna Taylor. It should not have taken George Floyd. It should not have taken Ahmaud Arbery. It shouldn't have taken any of them. And we have our own Breonna Taylors. We have our own Ahmaud Arbery's. We have our own George Floyd's right here. What we're seeing right now across this nation is because not just that we're tired, it's not just that we're fed up, it's that we've given so many passes. And we gave a pass with Philando Castile. We gave a pass with Eric Gardner. We gave a pass with Tamir Rice. We just keep giving passes. And when we see police who murder and maim and over-police our communities and criminalize us, and they don't take the same punishment, that's a problem. It is all of you that have taken the time to show up. Everyone here, we have a mandate. There are so many things we need to do. Number one, we've already pushed I-940. We've already said that we want to have mandatory de-escalation training, mandatory mental health training, police not investigating themselves, rendering first aid. We have already said what we want. We still need Washington to implement this law. We still need it to be across every county to have body cams, every county to have inquest hearings, every county, every city. We need to implement those strategies. Right now, King County has they tried to pull back the reforms that we've made of the inquest hearings. We need you to stand up for those inquest reforms to be in place. That's one thing you can do. In 2018, 2019, and 2020, and if Washington wants to say that their blood is not in here, it is here. So I want to lift up my brother Shay Taylor. Say his name, Shay Taylor. Charlene Lyles, say her name. Demarius Butts, say his name. Becky Sawyer, say her name. I have to keep remembering. Benny Branch, say his name. Huh? Malik Williams, say his name. Yosia Folatazo, say his name.
John T. Williams.
John T. Williams, say his name.
George Floyd. And what I told the media is this, that this here is different. We acknowledge all the police killings in our country, but there's something different about this one. The cavalier way in which the officers had his hands in his pocket. The officer knew there were witnesses around. Not only did he know that there were witnesses around, he was aware that video was being taken of him. And that video would circulate around this country and world. In the savagery, in the way that he kneeled on his neck, that savagery, as if to say, F family that is going to see this video. Ask all the witnesses that are witnessing what I'm doing. I'm going to rub it in your face. I'm going to show you the power of a white law enforcement officer. What he can do to a defenseless black man in this country without the repercussions. He was saying, that's what you think. The world is going to know how powerful I am as a white police officer. This is different. This has set a tone. And I have explained. Now listen to me. I said, if it is the mission of law enforcement, if it is the mission of this government to submit black people, black and brown people, to break them, to humble them, guess what? They have completed their objective. But then I said, the problem with that is that when you have beat up people so much that the black man could look at his children being killed, the black woman being killed, and his brothers being killed, and be too afraid to act. When you beat up people up underneath the bottom, guess what happens? That people stop fearing. That people are willing to die. Because they're going to say, when I'm pulled over, they're going to kill me. When I'm jogging down the road, they're going to kill me. If I'm in the park, they're going to kill me. And what recourse do I have? Then the whole court in the streets to get home to my mother, to get home to my children, to get home to my wife. I'm speaking to the country and saying, if leadership all over this country does not step forward and get in front of this thing, by making sure in every city and state, when an officer shoots someone unjustifiably, that there's not just charges, that there is an extreme conviction. Because if there is no conviction, no accountability, then this will continue. We need prosecution and conviction. The message has to be clear that law enforcement officers that we have given a right to use their weapons to kill, that we must hold them to a higher accountability. I've heard the detractors say, what about black on black crime? Can I deal with that for a minute? You need something, Bob? Let me deal with that for a minute. When a black man kills another black man, when a white man kills another white man, when an Asian kills another Asian, a Mexican native kills another one of theirs, guess what? There is a prosecution that takes place. The difference between black on black crime and a law enforcement officer killing somebody. There will not be and have not been accountability because they don't think that they've committed a crime. And therein lies the problem. We here must push and lead the charge to complete tell our leaders that if they don't act, we're going to vote their asses out of here. And I spoke to the mayor and the chief of police about this. I said it has been 5 days when I talked to him since the killing of George Floyd. And not one person in a position of power have publicly denounced it. What a shame. What a shame. What is that saying? Was running for president.
So the whole time that we've been here, and people have been giving speeches, there's also been the sound of concussion grenades going off in the background. So there's obviously still confrontations between, as you just heard. I'm going to head that way and see what's going on, because there's still confrontations obviously going on between police and demonstrators, even though that particular march actually made it to the courthouse. Did they just? Oh, that's really close by. So, man, that was very close. So I don't really know exactly what's happening here, but I'm gonna go find out. Man, it's been going on all day. It's like, how many concussion grenades do they have? Or are those tear gas canisters exploding? What the fuck? They're coming this way now. The tear gas canisters. The rally is just 2 blocks away, block and a half. And yet we got people being tear gassed right here. So I mean, I don't know how they expect to have rallies when people are getting tear gassed a block away. It's the second time this has happened. There was tear gas being used earlier. So at the park earlier where the rally was scheduled at 3 o'clock, they also used tear gas. So the question is, will this even matter to police? It hasn't in the past. No idea why cars are trying to drive through here. Obviously, if anybody's been paying attention to the news, they know that there's a major demonstration happening downtown. Oh shit. Uh-oh, things are getting heavy now. That was like the firecrackers. Oh, and there goes a tear gas canister right over there. There goes tear gas right there. It's going to get really nasty, so we're probably going to have to move out of here. Oh, now the cop is kicking the gas canister towards us. Great, now we're kicking him. Oh, shit. Oh, my eyes are stinging, that hurts. Ow, 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 ow. Shit. Yeah, no, I'm dead. So the protesters are not backing off, even after getting a whiff of that chemical gas. And it looks like people are throwing plastic bottles towards the cops. But yeah, this confrontation is going to go on for a while because these people are not leaving. As far as I could tell, everything was peaceful. I don't know why the police decided to clear the streets, but somebody is giving the orders, and we can hear it. Oh, more cops coming. Big cops. Big time cops coming, and they're pointing their weapons at me. Yeah. This is rubber bullet time, folks, and pepper spray bullets. Because he was pointing his gun right at me. I should probably put my goggles on now. Oh, crap. I was really thinking that he was going to let go with those pepper sprays.
I need to see your strength today. I need to see your endurance today. White people, where you at? In front of the bus. Forward.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of gas. This is getting nasty. Firecrackers that was on the police. I think they're going to start shooting us with rubber bullets soon. There's more cops. They're getting kind of irate here. And now objects are being thrown from the crowd, so I would not be surprised if they open up with rubber bullets soon. You know, they keep moving the crowd, but they're moving the crowd closer and closer to the rally. It's chaos. And we have superheroes here too. These guys. Right next to the rally.
Take deep breaths if you can, ma'am. It's gonna be better. No, it's gonna be better if this.
He's having a problem. So all this started while the rally was going on. So I'm walking back to see what happened at the federal courthouse where the rally was supposed to be happening, because I mean, I know some people heard the concussion grenades that ran out here. Oh, the air is full of tear gas, so it must be very unpleasant. It is for me. My eyes are burning. So yeah, there's like nobody left at the rally at the courthouse because the police have been in so many confrontations with the demonstrators that people all left the rallies today. There were supposed to be 2 rallies today. As you can see, there's nobody there now. That's where thousands of people were just a minute ago. Yeah, we gotta be careful with that. And now it's basically empty because everybody left because they heard the concussion grenades. And now that, oh God, the air is full of tear gas, so it's terrible. So apparently, the goal of the police today has been to just break up all of the demonstrations on the streets. We've all been tear gassed. My throat is raw, my eyes hurt, my lungs hurt. This is not fun. But there's nowhere to go in downtown to get away from it. I've been trying to. After that last confrontation, it's hard to find any air to breathe. So I've seen state police here. State police and local police. Oh my god, I hear more concussion grenades going on. This never fucking ends, man! Jeez. More tear gas, more pepper spray. Bad. Oh, my eyes hurt. Ow. I need to put on my goggles. Oh, here they go. Wow. Okay, so I gotta put on my goggles because my eyes really hurt. And those people. They are gonna start shooting its own shit everywhere. Fuck, I don't even know how to get away from it. Okay, I'm gonna try with these crazy goggles because at least my eyes won't burn quite so bad. And then if I get hit with rubber bullets, it hopefully won't put my eyes out. But I'm going to go back down the street now and see what's going on. There's no way to escape the tear gas no matter where I go, so it doesn't really matter. This is Mark Taylor-Canfield reporting from downtown Seattle, near the federal courthouse. So this running oh, I've got water on the lens. No surprise, but this running confrontation with the police keeps going on. Hey guys, so this is where the major competition is going on right now. There are people that are kneeling right in front of the police right here. Obviously peacefully, I mean, I don't see anybody throwing anything or doing anything. But the police are kind of overzealous today. And they want to end the demonstration, which is ironic because this is a demonstration against police brutality. That's the irony of this. And I know that as a member of the press, I'm not going to get any special treatment too. So when the tear gas or the rubber bullets go, I'm going to get it too. I already have several times today. And that guy too. Media people. All it would take would be somebody throwing a bottle at them right now or something. I don't know what he's pointing at. But uh-oh. Now we're having a rush. Something's going on.
You got it on video.
Okay, that was right next to where I was standing. I believe that was a concussion. Shit! Oh, it hurts my ears, man. I can't hear anything. Oh, it's coming from behind. Oh, that's a lot of smoke. This is like a running confrontation. That guy right there, Mr. Cameraman. He's very brave, whoever it is.
I think so. Look at that.
So, God, I had to get away from the pepper spray and the tear gas because it's burning my eyes. It's so hard to breathe when you can't see, so you just sort of stumble around. But all day long, I'm getting so tired of getting tear gas and pepper spray. There's just hanging in the air everywhere downtown Seattle today. You can't get away from it. I'm trying to get away right now to find a little bit of fresh air somewhere, because that was kind of nasty. It's a terrible, terrible pungent smell. It burns your nose, burns your eyes, burns your lungs. I don't know what the long-term effects of it are. I don't want to know, man. This is nasty. Ugh. But all day long, it's been nothing but concussion grenades, pepper spray, and then there's an ongoing confrontation with the police. It just never seems to stop. And they've used a lot of pepper spray. Oh, there's some cops right now. What is that? What the hell is that noise? What the heck is that noise? It's weird.
Black Lives Matter.
What is that noise? So I'm just trying to get some fresh air right now and recover from that. That was nasty. Plus, I can barely hear out of this ear because the concussion grenade landed right next to me. You could probably hear that. Oh. Man, and even here I can't get away from there's some undercover cop car driving really fast through the streets. They've been doing that all day too. But man, it's just so nasty. The smell. I keep trying to find refuge from it, but farther I keep moving away and I still don't. I just need some recovery time because I got some nasty tear gas and pepper spray, and then the concussion grenade landed right next to me, so it hurt. So I am going to go try to find Terrence, the photojournalist, and see what he came up with and report some things on Twitter. This is Mark Taylor-Canfield reporting from downtown Seattle near the federal courthouse. So we have another confrontation going on here near Westlake Center on 4th Avenue. A contingent of police just showed up. I don't know who they're standing off against, actually. There's nobody here.
Demilitarize the police! Demilitarize the police!
So I'm not really sure what's going on over here, actually.
Hey, it's your nigga Beyonce out here, you feel me? Press, Beyonce.
Elena!
Please don't shoot.
Hey, they want to shoot them things so bad, though.
I got shit to do.
Look at it. They want to shoot them things so bad, though.
So there's actually a conversation going on here with police.
You guys will hold each other accountable. I know a lot of people right now. No, this is all. No, there's a different reason. You're scared. You're scared to tell us these officers are going to backbone you. The reason I'm up here. If I try to kill you myself. See what I'm saying? What are you talking about? I'm out here in the fucking cold ass rain.
You just need to see, John, what happened? Because you keep on killing people who look like her.
I know you're
And you want to say that you keep hurting people who look like her.
Use your ears. Agency.
So I don't know if this is like the last intersection that the police are holding in downtown Seattle now or what. They definitely have a lot of body armor on. But they're standing off to basically a very few people because there's a very small crowd. And I just heard someone say, let's go to Capitol Hill, so I think some of the demonstrators are going to go up there. So, I mean, it's become very personal because now you have police officers standing off with individuals who are expressing their anger about what's going on. Uh-oh. That sounded like a concussion grenade right there, somewhere off in the distance. But this particular group tends to be, looks like it's pretty peaceful, and people are just having a conversation with the cops. Very heated conversation, but this is the way it should be, right? People tell the police what they think. They're sworn to serve and protect. They need to hear from the public. And it's been raining all day. It's like so miserable. It's true what they say about Seattle sometimes, even in the summer, it can be like this. It's hard to tell what season it is. This could be November. The way it feels, it's cold, it's wet. And yet people are still out here. They're really energized. They're not going home.
Pass the board. Pass the board. What does that have to do with you not filming them in person only? What does anything you said have to do with, like, literally all you have to do? You bring somebody else to us, why can't you just fix your fucking voice to say the name George Floyd? But it's so hilarious that you literally cannot do it. You won't do it. It's pathetic. It's not the lie. So, like I said, good thing this was sponsored by unemployment, guys. Good thing this was sponsored by unemployment. If you want to do it, will you say something? Pastor Elborn, what would God say? What about John Taylor? Pastor Elborn, what would God say? Pastor Elborn, what would God say? So, Pastor Elborn, what would God say? Hold on. All right, look. Hey, guys, calm down. I'm going to unzip this pocket right here on my jacket. Take your wife. We're inside. All this in there. Take it out. We don't see color. My shoes. Everybody's cool? That's what Pastor Elborn said. Let me unzip my jacket and see what happens. 4-4. Let me unzip my jacket. Let me unzip my jacket. See if it pull out. Somebody why do you do it? Illustrations. Start. That's what people have to think these days.
We can talk about it.
Oh wow, that's a lot of tear gas down there. That is a lot of tear gas in that direction. I better go down there and see what's going on. We got some vandalism down here. Some glass broken. Broken windows, broken glass. Some broken glass. And the smell of tear gas in the air. Oh, more damage. Oh, my eyes are burning again. Oh, I gotta get out of here because my eyes hurt so bad. I can't see anymore. It's literally making me cry. This is Mark Taylor-Canfield, and I'm in downtown Seattle, actually not far from the police precinct, and the entire city smells like tear gas. There's rolling clouds of it moving through the city. Apparently a lot of it is coming from the area that I was at, which is at Westlake Park. So there was supposed to be a rally that was going to take place at 3 o'clock, and there were people speaking, a rally was happening, and then all of a sudden the police let go with a bunch of tear gas on a group about 100 feet away. So the whole city smells like tear gas all the way down to South Lake Union, where Google and Amazon headquarters are located. It's normally a very, corporate kind of area of Seattle, but it is full of tear gas now. You can smell it everywhere. And the strange thing is that since this is Seattle, and there's been apparently so many May Day riots and all the way back to the World Trade Organization riots where police used a lot of pepper spray and tear gas, no one seems to be that concerned. The people that are out walking their dogs or just, doing their normal business or whatever don't seem to be concerned that there is tear gas rolling down the street towards them. And they're breathing it without masks or anything, like it's just nothing unusual. Only in Seattle would you see that, folks, I'm telling you. Nobody seems to care. The smell is everywhere. I'm seeing clouds of it. It's foggy, but everything smells like tear gas. The entire north part of the city, from Westlake all the way to South Lake Union, is nothing but a big tear gas cloud. So I'm trying to get away from it. I'm trying to get back towards downtown to see what happened, because I wasn't able to film, although luckily my colleague Terrence was. So I'm going to head back downtown and see if I can get anywhere near where people were tear gassed without injuring myself with the gas, because it's really nasty. I had to go way around downtown in order to get out of the gas clouds. This is Mark Taylor-Canfield in Seattle on May 30th during the uprisings that are taking place all across the country because of the killings of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and many others. This is Mark Taylor-Canfield for the MTC Report in Seattle. So something hit my arm here. I don't know whether it was a rubber bullet. It was probably one of those pepper spray pellets, because it hurt and it's starting to bruise up now. That was not fun.